I'm Emily Rose.
And I'm Dan Philgreen. This is Shell Point Today for Wednesday, March 28th.
On today's show, we'll taste scalloped potatoes with David Lee. We're going to find out where your mail goes when you mail it. We'll visit the islands for a wonderful cookout at the Island Cafe. We're going to travel to Vietnam and meet Bob Hope.
Emily, did you know that on this day in history, March 28th, 1910, Henry Fabre became the first person to fly a seaplane, the Fabre Hydravion, after taking off from a water runway near Martigues, France. This flight opened up the world to commercial aviation, as seaplanes were the first to take paying passengers around the world. In fact, the first commercial airline service in the world was across Tampa Bay, from St. Petersburg to Tampa in 1914, a really long flight. Well, because you could use any body of water as a runway, in the 1940s, the huge flying boats took passengers around the world on what they called the Pan Am Clippers. They opened the world to travelers to places unheard of or inaccessible before then. In fact, if you've ever flown on one of those Pan Am Clippers, we'd love to hear from you. Give us a call at Shell Point TV studio so we can tell your story. So Emily, do you like flying?
You know, I don't really like flying, but I like traveling. In fact, I went skydiving once.
You did?
I did, and the worst part about the whole thing was the flight going up. It wasn't falling out of the sky, it was going up.
Interesting.
But I know you enjoy flying. You're a pilot.
I'm a pilot, yeah. I just love flying. You know, it's something so calming about just being up there above it all. You know, you really shouldn't be nervous. It's just like driving, but at 3,000 feet.
Oh yeah, that makes me feel a lot better. Anyways, well, the Spot Players, Shell Point's own theater, is putting on an evening of fun and laughter tomorrow night at 7:15 in the Social Center. Several regulars will present special readings that will keep the audience in stitches. Laughter is the best medicine after all. Mark your calendar for coffee, cookies, and an evening of fun and laughter. You must sign up early as the program has sold out in the past.
Don't forget, the Island Fitness Center will be closed today through April 2nd, so feel free to use any of the other fitness centers on the campus. They've moved the following programs to the club for this week: Morning Blend, Classic Fit, Chair Yoga, Seated Strength, Creative Cardio, Agility Training, and Pilates Fusion. The Cardio Sculpt program has been moved to the Tarpon Room in the Island Tunnel. The Island Fitness Center will reopen on April 3rd, so everything will be back where it belongs then.
Florida Power and Light will be doing maintenance late tonight, and the power will be off from 4 a.m. to around 7 a.m. Now, this will affect everyone except the garden apartments on the island and the estuary neighborhood. You can expect your power to come back on around 7 a.m. in the morning.
The cataract removal and second opinion discussion will be happening at 2 p.m. in the Grand Cypress Room tomorrow. Dr. Trevor Elmquist from the Elmquist Eye Group will share information about cataracts, causes, and who is at risk. He will also focus on indications which may lead to surgery. That's tomorrow, 2 p.m. in the Grand Cypress Room at the Woodlands. Emily, can you believe that Easter is almost here?
I can't believe it. This year is flying by.
It is. Well, this Friday is Good Friday, and the service at the Village Church will be wonderful. Join us as we gather around the cross and contemplate God's goodness for us. Communion will be served at the tables that will be in the shape of the cross in the middle of the room, a different configuration. We'll stand side by side and join in the special service of remembrance. Pastor Hawkins will be leading this service, and pianist Dr. Ronald Bowd will be sharing special music. That's this Friday at 10:15 a.m. in the Village Church.
Well, are you going to the post-Easter sale at the community thrift store? Dan and I will be there, maybe buying air conditioners for our boats. It will be from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Tuesday, April 3rd. You can shop a wide selection of merchandise and take 50% off all items store-wide. 50%, that's amazing. The store is located in Miners Plaza at 15501 Old McGregor Boulevard, Suite 2 in Fort Myers. For more information, contact Community Thrift Store by calling 225-6529. Don't forget, it's April 3rd from 9 to 4, and you don't want to miss it.
For many of you here, the Vietnam War is something that you either courageously fought in, or maybe someone you knew did, like a sibling or a friend, or perhaps you were impacted by it back in the States. But did you know that we have a couple living here at Shell Point who lived in a small village in Vietnam during the war? They even met Bob Hope when he was there for a USO trip.
No way, that's incredible.
Well, they were missionaries there in Vietnam during the war. They said they would lay in bed at night and listen to the bombs flying right over their house. But they always felt that God was protecting them. And he certainly did, because they live at Shell Point now. Our Dave Nixon recently caught up with the Stemples in their home, and they told him some amazing stories of their time there. Listen to this.